Hey guys, Meher Sehgal back with another video. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been watching my videos for a while, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you guys here with me. I recently posted an Insta story poll where I asked my followers if they found it difficult to say no to people. And majority said yes. If you're one of those people who finds it hard to say no, then this is the video for you. But before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and hit the bell icon so you get a notification every time I upload a video. Saying no can be one of the hardest things in life, especially when it comes to people you care for and love, such as your family, your friends, and maybe even your colleagues. One of the biggest things that I have unlearned in my patterning is the people-pleasing habit. People-pleasing often comes from, or any pattern for that matter, comes from a story, a narrative, or certain experiences you've been through. If you find yourself saying yes to everyone and everything, it's most likely that you've been through an experience where saying no was considered really bad, or it resulted in a negative consequence that you fear. But it's important to remember that sometimes you have to say no to certain people or things where your overall well-being is compromised. Before we get into ways to say no, I'd like to talk a little bit about setting healthy boundaries. What is a boundary? A boundary is a statement where you communicate to someone what you're okay with and what you're not okay with in terms of how you want to be treated. That oftentimes involves saying no or telling someone not to do something or say something. Now, I'm not saying that you have to say no to everyone and everything in your life, but what I'm saying is that a healthy boundary, one where your overall well-being is protected and you're not harming the other person either. So now that we've defined a boundary, let's get into 3 amazing and easy ways to say no without saying no. I'm going to present a scenario for each way so that you understand it better. The first one is the partial no. Let's say that you are working on an urgent task at work. Your manager calls you up and says, hey, can you do task X for me right now? It's pretty urgent. I need it in like 15 minutes. What do you do in this scenario? You could say something like this. Hey, I'm working on task X that you asked me to do earlier today, but let me know your priority between the two and I'll work on that task for you. What I love about this way of saying no is that you're not saying no to the task at hand. You are saying yes to it under a certain condition. And in this manner, you're not offending your manager, you keep a win-win situation between the two of you, and you may also get the more important task done first. Number 2 is saying no to events or circumstances. So let's say that a friend of yours invites you to a party hosted by someone else. And you don't want to go to that party because you and the host have had some beef. You guys don't get along very well. And so how do you say no to your friend? You could say something like this. Hey, I would have loved to go if the host and I were on good terms with each other, or if it was someone else's party. We could go somewhere together next time. So what I love about this way of saying no is that you are not refusing to hang out with your friend, and you are also not refusing their friendship. What you're refusing is to go to a certain place or an event where you will feel uncomfortable. And chances are, if your friend is understanding enough, then he or she will not mind it at all. Number 3 is saying no to a person or relationship. Now, this one is probably the hardest one of all, especially when it comes to relationships that you have fostered for a really long time. So let's say that you and an old friend of yours have had some disagreements and you've had to people please. It gives you a lot of anxiety, it stresses you out, and you can't do it anymore. How do you say no to such people? You could do it over a text message. You could say something like this. Hey, so I've been giving this some thought, and while I really value our relationship and all the things you've done for me, I also value my own well-being. And I think that it's important for two people in any relationship to give and take equally. But I find that that's not the case with us. I would love for the things I do to be reciprocated. But if that's not possible for any reason, do let me know. There will be no hard feelings in this case. I truly wish the best for you and for myself. So, what I love about this scenario is that you're not pointing fingers at the other person, saying you, no blame game, right? And you're also not making yourself come off like a needy person. You're communicating your thoughts very clearly and in a very polite and civil manner in positive language. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you said no without saying no. I'd love to know how that has worked out for you. Do follow me on Instagram. I'm Mindfully Meher. My link is in the description box. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye.